Hey everyone, welcome back to another day, another reading through of where we left off. We left off at number 15, which is the Song of Moses, which is cool. And yeah, you know where we left off last time. This is gonna be a shorter video, and you might hear some like buzzing. That might be a thing because I ordered some food, so I gotta, you know, I'll be getting stuff for it. You get what I'm saying? I'll be getting stuff for it, and then I'm gonna go do that. So yeah. But yes, here we go from 15. Let's get it done. Sorry about last week. I went to go post it Sunday, and then I had stood up the day beforehand because I ended up staying up a little too late, and I had to be up for church. So I stood up a little late. I ended up sleeping all day. So I'm sorry about posting on Monday, but we're back on track now. We're back on track. All right. Number 15, verse 1. Then Moses and the children of Israel sang this song to the Lord and spoke, saying, I will sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and its rider he has thrown onto the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my Lord, and I will praise him. My father's God, I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his army he has cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank to the bottom like stone. Your right hand, O Lord, has become glorious in power. Your right hand, O Lord, has dashed the enemy in pieces. In the greatness of your excellence, you have overthrown those who rose against you. You sent forth your wrath. It consumed them like stubble. With the blast of your nostrils, the waters were gathered together. The floods stood upon like a heap. The depths congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue you. I will overtake. I will divide the spoil. My desire shall be satisfied on them. I will draw my sword. My hand shall destroy them. You blew your wind. The sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? You stretched out your hand, the earth swallowed them. You in your mercy have led forth the people whom you have redeemed. You have gilded them in your strength to your holy habitation. The people will hear and be afraid. Sorrow will take hold of your inhabitants of Philistia. I got that wrong, but I don't know. When the chiefs of Edom will be dismayed, the mighty men of Moab, trembling will take hold of them. All the inhabitants of Canaan will melt away. Fear and dread will fall on them. By the greatness of your arm, they will be as still as stone till your peoples pass over, O Lord. Till the people pass over whom you have purchased, you will bring them in and plant them in the mountain of your inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which you have made for your own dwelling, the sanctuary, O Lord, which your hands have established. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. For the horses of Pharaoh went with his chariots, his horsemen, into the sea. The Lord brought back the waters in the sea upon them, but the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. Then Miriam of the prophets, the sister of Aaron, took the timbrel out after her timbrels with with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and its rider he has thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. Now they came to Marah, and they could not drink waters from Marah, for they were bitter, therefore their name was it therefore the name of it was called Mara. And the people complained against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" So he cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, and when he cast it into the waters were made sweet. There he made a statute of ordinance for them, and there he tested them, and said, "If diligently heed the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his sight, give ear to his commandments, and keep all of his statutes, I will put none of the diseases of which you have brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you." Then they came to Elim, where they were 12 wells of water and 70 palm trees. So they camped there by the waters. 16. And they journeyed from Elim, and all the congregations of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day on the second month after they had departed from the land of Egypt. Then the whole congregation of the children of Israel complained against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said to them, "Oh, that we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the pots of meat and when we ate the bread to the full. For you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day. And I may test them, they will talk in my law or not. And it shall be on the 6th day that they shall prepare what they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily." Then Moses and Aaron said to the children of Israel, "At evening you shall know that the Lord has brought you out of the land of Egypt, and in the morning you shall see the glory of the Lord. He hears your complaints against the Lord, but what are we, that you complain against us?" Also Moses said, "This shall be seen when the Lord gives you meat to eat in the evening, in the morning bread to full, for the Lord hears your complaints which you make against him. And what are we? Your complaints are not against us, but against the Lord." Then Moses spoke to Aaron, "Say to all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he has heard your complaints." Now it came to pass, as Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. Ooh. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "I have heard the complaints of the children of Israel. Speak to them, saying, At twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God." So it was a quail came up at the evening and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay all around the camp. And when the layer of dew lifted, there on the surface of the wilderness was a small round substance, as fine as frost on the ground. So when the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, "What is it?" For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, "This is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. Let every man gather it according to one another, 1 omer for each person, according to the number of persons. Let every man take for those who aren't in his tent." Then the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. So when they went and measured it by omers, he who had gathered much had nothing left over. He had gathered little had no lack. Every man had gathered according to each one's need. And Moses said, "Let no one leave any of it till the morning." Now, notwithstanding, they did not heed Moses, but some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was angry with them. So he gathered it every morning, every man according to his need, and when the sun became hot, it melted. And so it was on the 6th day that they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for each one. And the rules of the congregation came and told Moses. And then he said to them, "This is what the Lord has said. Tomorrow is the Sabbath rest, a holy Sabbath to the Lord. Bake what you will bake today, and boil what you will boil, and lay upon lay for yourselves all that remains to be kept until morning. So they laid it up until morning, as Moses commanded, and it did not stink, nor were there any worms in it. Then Moses said, Eat that today, for today is the Sabbath to the Lord. Today you will not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the seventh, the Sabbath, there will be none. Now it happened that some of the people went out on the seventh day to gather, but they found none. And the Lord said to Moses, How long do you refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for the Lord has given you the Sabbath, therefore he gives you on the 6th day bread for 2 days. Let every man remain in his place, let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So people rested on the 7th day. And the house of Israel called its name manna. And it was like white courtier seed, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. Then Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. Fill the omer with it, and be kept for generations, for they may see the bread with which you fed in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Egypt. And Moses said to Aaron, Take a pot and put an omer of manna into it, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for your generations. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel ate manna 40 years until they came to an inhabited land, and they ate manna until they came to the border of the land Canaan. Now the omer is 1/10 of an ephah. 17. Then all the congregation of the children of Israel set out on their journey from the wilderness of Sin, according to the commandments of the Lord, and camped in Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Therefore the people contended with Moses and said, Give us water that we may drink. So Moses said to them, Why do you contend with me? Why do you tempt the Lord? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people complained against Moses and said, Why is it you have brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst? So Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, What shall I do with this people? They're almost ready to stone me. And the Lord said to Moses, Go on before the people, take with you some of the elders of Israel. Also take in your hand your rod, which you struck the river, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock of Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, water will come out of it, and the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the contention of the children of Israel, and because of they tempted the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us or not? Now Amalek came and fought with Israel and Rephidim, and Moses said to Joshua, Choose us some men and go out and fight Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses said to him, and fought the Amalek, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And so it was when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands became heavy, so they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it, and Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until going down of the sun. So Joshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Then the Lord said to Moses, Write this for a memorial in the book, and recount it in the hearing of Joshua. I will utterly blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar, and called its name, The Lord is my banner. And he said, Because the Lord has sworn, the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Yeah. And Jethro, the priest of the Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God has done for Moses and for Israel his people. that the Lord has brought Israel out of Egypt. Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back with her 2 sons, of whom the name of one was Gershom, and said, I have been a stranger in the foreign land, and the name of the other was Eslir, for he had said, the God of my father was my help, and has delivered me from the sword of the Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Moses in the wilderness, where he has encamped at the mountain of God. Now he has said to Moses, I, your father-in-law Jethro, am commanding you and your wife and her 2 sons with her. So Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, bowed down and kissed him, and they asked each other about their well-being, and they went into the tent. And Moses said to his father-in-law, all that the Lord has done to Pharaoh and the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the hardships that have come upon them on the way, and how the Lord has delivered them. Then Jethro rejoiced for all the good which the Lord has done for Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who has delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of the Pharaoh, and who has delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all the gods, for in everything in which they had behaved proudly, he was above them. Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and the other sacrifices to offer to God, and Aaron came with all the elders to Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. And so it was on the next day that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood before Moses from morning until evening. So Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did for the people, and he said, What is this thing you are doing for the people? Why do you alone sit, and all the people standing before you in the morning until evening? And Moses said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me to inquire of God. When the people have difficulty, they come to me. I will judge between one another, and I will make known the statutes of God and his laws. So Moses' father-in-law said to him, The thing that you do is not good. Both you and these people who are with you, you will surely wear yourselves out, for this thing is too much for you. You will not be able to perform it by yourself. Listen now to my voice. I will give you counsel, and God will be with you. Stand before God for the people, that you may bring difficulties to God. And you shall teach them the statutes of the laws, and show them the way in which they must walk and the work they must do. Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covenanters, I don't know, and the place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And then let them judge the people at all times, and it will be that every great matter they shall bring to you, and every small matter they themselves shall judge. And so it will be easier for you, for they will bear the burden with you. If you do this thing and God so commands you, and you will be able to endure, and all these people will also go to their place in peace. So Moses heeded the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said, and Moses chose able men out of Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. So they judged the people at all times. The hard cases they brought to Moses, and they judged every small case themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way to his own land. In the 3rd month after the children of Israel had gone out of the land of Egypt, on the same day they came to the wilderness of Sinai, for they had departed from Rephidim, had come to the wilderness of Sinai, and camped in the wilderness. So Israel camped there before the mountain, and Moses went up to God and said, The Lord called to him from the mountain, saying, Thus you shall say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, You have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be a special treasure to me above all the people, for all the earth is mine. And you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. There are the words of which you shall speak to the children of Israel. So Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before them all these words which the Lord commanded him. Then all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken we will do. So Moses brought back the words of the people to the Lord. And the Lord said to Moses, behold, I come to you in the thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and believe you forever. So Moses told the words of the people to the Lord. Then Moses said to Moses, go to the people and concentrate with them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. And then let them be ready for the third day, for on the third day the Lord will come down upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. You shall set bounds for the people all around, saying, take heed to yourself that you do not go up to the mountain or touch its base, for everyone who touches the mountain shall be surely put to death. Not a hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be turned to stone or shot with an arrow, whether a man or beast, he shall not live. When the trumpet sounds long, they shall come near the mountain. So Moses went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said to the people, be ready, for on the third day do not come near your wives. Then it came to pass on the third day in the morning, there were thunderings and lightnings and the thick cloud on the mountain, and the sound of the trumpet that was very loud, and all the people who were in the camp trembled. And Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Now Sinai was completely in smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded long and became louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai, and on the top of the mountain, the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up, and the Lord said to Moses, go down and warn the people, lest they break through the gaze at the Lord, and many of them perish. Also, let the priests who come near the Lord consecrate themselves, lest the Lord break out against them. Then Moses said to the Lord, the people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for you have warned us, saying, set bounds around the mountain and consecrate it. Then the Lord said to him, away, get down, then come up, you and Aaron with you. But do not let the priests and the people break through to come up to the Lord, lest he break out against them. So Moses went down to the people and spoke to them. And that's where we end it. But next time, I tell you, number 20 is the 10 Commandments. So be ready for number 20. And, like I said, sorry for the shorter ones, but, we gotta, I guess we're making more parts out of Exodus, And just so you know, my recap will be somewhere new. I have a plan to do my recap this time in an actual kind of like studio place, so it might look cooler. I don't know. If so, let me know if you guys like it. You guys will just have to wait and see, though. But that's my plan. My uncle's going to help me. I appreciate everyone for coming. I hope you guys have a blessed week, and I can't wait for next week, and you guys can hear the 10 Commandments, and I get to read it. So, awesome. I get to learn something. You guys get to learn something, and let's continue to go through this journey together, and I hope everyone has a good week. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Latest.